Are you in your 60s, 70s, or 80s and tired of waking up all night to use the bathroom? Do you ever feel a nagging pressure in your lower belly, or just a sense that something isn't right down there? If so, you are not alone. Many men think these problems are just a normal part of getting older. But the truth is, many prostate issues are often linked to simple nighttime habits. In this video, we'll talk about 5 common mistakes that many seniors make before bed, without realizing they could be affecting their prostate health. This isn't about scare tactics, it's based on years of helping men with these exact problems. We'll explain why some men struggle with an enlarged prostate, even when they believe they're doing everything right. What's frustrating is that these habits seem harmless. A glass of water before bed, a big dinner, or ignoring the urge to go to the bathroom doesn't feel like a big deal. But for your prostate, these small choices can add up. Over time, they can cause irritation and strain on a gland that's already working hard in your later years. Please stay with me, because we won't just point out these 5 habits. We'll also give you simple, gentle ways to fix them. You might find that sleeping through the night and feeling more comfortable starts with changing just one of these habits tonight. Let's begin. Number 1, drinking too much liquid before bed. One of the most common habits that puts stress on the prostate is drinking too much water, juice, or other liquids late in the evening. It's understandable. We're often told to stay hydrated for our kidneys and our overall health. But if you drink most of your water after dinner, especially in the hour or two before you go to sleep, it can create a problem for your prostate. As men get older, the prostate naturally tends to get bigger. This can squeeze the urethra, the tube that urine flows through, making it harder to empty your bladder completely. Now, think about pouring extra liquid into that system late at night. Instead of getting deep, restful sleep, your body has to wake you up over and over again. Your bladder fills up, and your prostate, which is already under pressure, has to struggle to cooperate. You might just think, I'm getting older, so of course I have to wake up a few times. But what's really happening is a cycle. Too much liquid leads to more pressure, and more pressure leads to more irritation. Over time, this can make prostate symptoms worse. I once spoke with an 82-year-old man named Robert. He was convinced that drinking 2 big glasses of water before bed helped flush out his system. But he also told me he hadn't slept through the night in over 10 years. After we talked, he started drinking most of his water earlier in the day, before 6 p.m. After dinner, he would only take small sips if he was thirsty. Within a week, he was only waking up once a night instead of 4 or 5 times. He told me, I thought I had a prostate problem, but it turned out I had a timing problem. You don't need to stop drinking water. Staying hydrated is important. But try to shift when you drink. Get most of your water in during the day. This can give your prostate a much-needed break while you sleep. If you feel thirsty at night, take a small sip, not a full glass. Your body will thank you. Number 2, eating salty or processed foods for dinner. For many of us, dinner can be the biggest meal of the day. A frozen meal, some canned soup, or a few slices of deli meat can seem like an easy choice. But when it comes to your prostate, these high-salt, processed foods can quietly set you up for a very uncomfortable night. The problem is what salt does to your body. Salty foods make you hold on to more water. Eventually, your body tries to get rid of that extra fluid while you sleep. This leads to more bathroom trips and puts extra pressure on your bladder and prostate. When you eat a dinner that's high in salt, your body has to work harder long into the night. This keeps you from getting into a deep, restorative sleep. For men who already have an enlarged prostate, this means the whole pelvic area can stay tense and swollen. You wake up feeling heavy, tired, and more inflamed than you were the day before. I remember a 76-year-old man named Frank who complained about constantly having to get up at night. He said, I don't get it. I don't drink water late, and I always go before bed. But when we talked about his meals, it turned out he was eating a lot of canned chili, TV dinners, and salty snacks in the evening. Once he switched to lighter dinners with fresh vegetables, lean protein like chicken or fish, and less salt, his body calmed down. After just a few nights, he said, I didn't realize how much tension was building up down there. Instead of a heavy, salty meal, try something gentler for dinner. Think about simple steamed vegetables, grilled chicken, or a warm bowl of oatmeal. Something that fills you up but doesn't weigh you down. If you're finding this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on future videos. Your support helps us keep making good content for you. Now, let's continue. Number 3, holding it in during the night. Many older men wake up in the middle of the night with the urge to go, but they don't get up. Maybe you feel too tired, or it just seems easier to roll over and try to go back to sleep. But holding in urine at night can strain both your bladder and your prostate over time. When you resist that urge, your bladder stretches. As it expands, the bladder walls can become weaker and more easily irritated. This directly affects your prostate. The pressure pushes back on the gland, which can lead to more swelling and a slower urine stream later. It's a mechanical problem. A bladder that stays full for too long makes it harder to empty completely later on. That leftover urine can create a place for bacteria to grow, which can lead to irritation or even painful infections. I once talked to Bill, who was 81. He had a habit of waiting until morning, no matter what. He told me, "I just don't want to get out of bed unless I absolutely have to." But he also said his lower belly often felt tight in the morning, and he never felt like he could fully empty his bladder. I encouraged him to simply get up and go whenever the urge hit. Within a few days, he noticed less pressure and a better flow in the morning. He said, "It turns out my body was telling me what it needed. I was just ignoring it." When your body signals you, it's for a reason. Don't ignore it. Get up, take care of it gently, and let your body reset. Your prostate will thank you. Number 4, sleeping on your stomach. Of all the things that can affect your prostate, your sleeping position might be the last one you'd think of. But if you're a man over 60 who sleeps on your stomach, you could be putting constant, quiet pressure on your pelvic area. When you lie face down, your body weight shifts forward. This puts pressure on your lower abdomen, your bladder, and the area around your prostate. Over time, this can affect blood flow and lead to tension and discomfort. I spoke with a 74-year-old man named Tom who had developed a tightness in his lower stomach that was worst in the mornings. He thought it was a digestive issue. But one thing stood out: he always slept on his stomach. He decided to try sleeping on his side with a pillow between his knees. A few weeks later, he reported back, "I didn't realize how much tension I was holding down there until I let it go." Experimenting with a new sleeping position can make a big difference. Side sleeping, especially on your left side, can reduce pressure on your internal organs. It's a small change, but since you spend so many hours sleeping, it can lead to big results. A small adjustment tonight might bring you relief tomorrow. Host briefly pauses, "We're almost done." If this has been helpful, please consider subscribing. It really helps our channel. Let's move on to the final point. Number 5, not emptying your bladder before bed. This seems like a tiny thing. Maybe you're already cozy in bed and you think, "I can just go in the morning." But for older men, skipping that final trip to the bathroom can cause more trouble than you think. When you go to sleep with a partially full bladder, that urine sits there for hours, putting steady pressure on your bladder and your prostate. This can lead to low-level inflammation. It also creates an ideal environment for irritation or bacterial growth, especially if your bladder isn't emptying completely. I once talked with a 69-year-old man named George who said he usually skipped going to the bathroom right before bed out of habit. He just never felt a strong urge. But over time, he started waking up more at night and found it was harder to go in the morning. Once he made a point to visit the bathroom every single night before sleep, whether he felt the urge or not, he saw real changes. He had fewer interruptions and what he described as less tension down there. Emptying your bladder before bed is like resetting the system. It gives your prostate and your body a chance to rest without that internal pressure. Make it part of your routine: brush your teeth, wash your face, and use the bathroom. It's a small step that can help you get more peaceful sleep. Final thoughts. So many men accept prostate problems as a normal part of aging. The nighttime bathroom trips, the pressure, the feeling of never quite being empty. But what if a lot of that discomfort isn't just about age? What if it's about habits? We've looked at 5 quiet habits that can make an already sensitive prostate work harder than it needs to. The good news is, your body knows how to recover. It often just needs you to stop doing the things that are causing the strain. Try changing just one of these habits tonight. Let go of what makes your nights harder and see if it makes your mornings easier. You deserve to feel better. Thank you for watching. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today. Your thoughts and experiences are important to us. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.